How's it going, YWC, IWC? Guy on the internet who doesn't like reviews. WWE Payback 2017 has just passed, and the pay-per-view was. Yeah, look, not a bad pay-per-view, but you just smell the essence of we got to do something before a big four pay-per-view, so we're just gonna throw this out here and hopefully it's good. Kind of smell. You get that kind of smell when you watch this. I know watching and smell is two different things, but shut up. Anyway, I missed the first 30 minutes, so I'm going to rely on CBS.com Sports to kind of go over the matches I missed. Okay, the pre-show, because even if I would have been home at time to watch this, who the fuck cares about the pre-show? Anyway, Enzo and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for no one contendership? What a grudge match? Enzo and Cass win with, hold up. Our team went, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. CBS has marked. Cass Ranger, right? Nike Anderson. Enzo rolls up Gallows for the 1, 2, 3. Wow. From a legit legend in New Japan to getting rolled up by Enzo Amore. This is T, by the way. Ironic, huh? Then you have Miz TV with Finn Balor and says he wants his belt back, even if he has to go through Brock Lesnar. Now look, I'm not one of those guys that says, no, 200-pound guys can't fight Brock Lesnar. Yeah, he's just too... No. If you're small and you have a specific move set that could probably overtake Brock Lesnar or a bigger guy, okay, then I might want to see you got a good submission game. You have really good strikes that we've seen people in the past that you knock people out with. Okay, Finn Balor is not that guy. No. So the Miz calls him a failure, too small, blah 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 blah. Finn Balor took off his leather jacket. Balor attempts to leave, saying he would be the bigger man and walk away. You get your ass kicked. Lean right to hit him with a sling blade and missile drop. Of course, a missile drop kick. Okay, so are they getting away from Miz and Ambrose and Miz not retaining his glory as the greatest intercontinental champion of all time? Now they're transitioning him to a feud with leather jacket Finn Balor. Why do you do this, David? Why do you do this? And then you have Chris Jericho defeating Kevin Owens via submission because fuck Kevin Owens, I guess. And wasn't Jericho supposed to go on tour with Fozzy? But now he's on SmackDown. So is Jericho going to lose the title back to Kevin Owens in a couple weeks at, I don't even know the name, but Backlash. At Backlash. So he's going to be a so stupid. Now I'm going to talk about this match. All right. Then you have, oh, this is where I started watching. Austin Aries versus Neville. Pretty good match. Austin Aries never fails to disappoint. I'm trying to think of some moves there. Oh yeah, that sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope that he hit. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh yeah, the sunset powerbomb flip off the top rope into the last chance. That was pretty cool. Neville, whatever, it wasn't really impressive. So he locks in the last chancery, and then Neville grabs the referee and tosses him. Disqualification. Neville retains the title. Why? Then you have the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Hardys, I'm not going to say Hardy Boys because these guys are both close to 40. Oh, yeah, I know, because it's part of Team Scream stuff. He was trying to look on the bass and the nostalgia, so you can call them the Hardy Boys, not instead of the Hardys. Anyway, versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Pretty good match. It ends with Sheamus hitting Broken Matt Hardy with I think it was a power slam when he tries to pin him, but Matt Hardy had made the tag to Jeff. Jeff Hardy hits a swanton bomb off the top rope onto Sheamus's back, pins him 1, 2, 3. After the match, usual handshake. Yeah, you guys are awesome. They leave. Cesaro and Sheamus leave the ring. The Hardys are celebrating, and while they're celebrating, his teeth's coming up a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe too much sugar. But they come back in and attack the Hardys, and on the outside, Sheamus is holding Jeff Hardy, hits him with a bro kick in the back, and then in the middle of the ring they double team Matt Hardy, hold him, and Sheamus hits the bro kick right to Matt Hardy's face. I think this was pretty much the best move. You had to turn Sheamus and Cesaro heel just by the proxy of the crowd really doesn't like Sheamus. I guess they respect him a little bit, but he's been the heel in this whole entire process from him and Cesaro, and you see the tension mounting from Cesaro of not winning a championship. We finally built up. Cesaro turned with Sheamus, and now there is heel tag team that the division desperately needed. And just being honest, Sheamus is much better when he's a full-fledged bad guy. Sheamus and Cesaro as a face tag team, it's okay, but I think there's more potential in them being heels, especially if it's that trolling, bullyish Sheamus transforming over to Cesaro. This could be great. This could be good. Anyway, moving on. Get the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. I deal with these Bayley matches. Alexa Bliss pretty much dominated for, I'm saying, the majority of the match. Bayley caught her second win, and when she did, she tried to go for a Bayley to Bayley. She gets slammed to the second middle rope face first. Match continues. Bliss tries to hit, I think it was insult to injury, that knee drop into a handspring back flip knee drop. Bayley blocked it and then hit this running, I don't know what you call it, like a running shining wizard type of thing, except for she didn't lay flat. It was just a straight front forward knee, then hit the Macho Man elbow drop. It goes to a spot in the corner where I think Alexa Bliss tries to go for a second sunset flip thing or whatever, or Canadian, or where Ohio Destroyer. But Bayley blocks it into I want to say schoolgirl or cradle, whatever. She goes for the pin. Bliss catapults her into the bottom post face first, and Bayley tries to counter through the pain into a roll up, but Bliss holds on after a kick out into a DDT, winning the match 1, 2, 3. Pretty fair. Then you have, I got some tea for this one, a lot of it. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in a House of Horrors match. Now, thinking to myself, this is what this is the match I was looking forward to, because I was like, wow, this might be a new creative match that could spawn for decades. Wow, what's Bray Wyatt gonna do? Then they cut to the ring, and JoJo says the House of Horror match will end in this ring by pinfall or submission. So is there a house built backstage, or like what's going on? Is it some kind of ring that leads to the ring? What's going on here? It cuts to Randy Orton in a limo, shirtless, in jeans and elbow pads, driving up to a rural area where a tractor drives backwards, and Orton gives his look like, this is how I earn my paychecks. I can't believe it. Really. This, wow. He walks into this dilapidated house, and it looks run down. It's pretty much every trope from modern horror, when it's a back road or whatever, a back, country town. It's that every kind of trope. And he's walking through the house, and all of a sudden Bray Wyatt pops behind him. They fight for a little bit. Bray Wyatt knocks him down. He leaves, and Randy was like, "Where are you, Bray? Where are you?" And he's just walking around the house. He walks into a room. Bray Wyatt attacks him. They fight. Then Bray Wyatt leaves again. And then Randy walks into a room where there are dolls hanging. They fight. And then they walk into the kitchen, or Wyatt ambushes Orton in the kitchen. They fight in the kitchen, low blow, pots and pans. Wyatt throws or pushes a refrigerator on Orton, and then he's leaving the house. He's like, he stumbles out, blah, 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 blah. And then he looks at the house and he says, "Follow the buzzers." And the house just like reacts, like, ah. Then it shuts down. And you're thinking, whoa, okay, did Orton get sucked into a portal to hell? Like, what is Sister Abigail in there doing reverse rape on Randy Orton? What's going on here? Okay. And then Bray Wyatt stumbles over to the limo, gets in, and says, "Driver, take me to the arena." Yeah, the guy that didn't pay for the limo ride, the guy that beat up the customer, paid for the limo ride, take me to the arena. So they're riding on the interstate, highway, whatever, which presumably would be a good far distance away from the city to the country. And then they transfer to, you can win a match by pinfall, submission, forfeit. And the announcers are like, well, it doesn't look like Randy Orton's going to be back. Bray Wyatt's going to win by forfeit. Which would make common sense, seeing that Randy Orton, for one, had no means of transportation to get back in time, unless he rode the tractor that was stuck in reverse the whole way there. Maybe. He ran there. No, that's stupid. It's stupid. He got I don't think nobody would be picking up a shirtless guy with a construction worker beard. So stupid overall. And also, look, Bray Wyatt said that this match would warp Randy Orton's mind. It would twist him on. Walking around a dilapidated house that a guy, by the way, Bray Wyatt, he looked like domestic violence Bray Wyatt. Like as soon as Randy Orton should have been opened the door, he just been sitting there with like some fat, sloppy white chick or some trailer park trash skinny meth head girl. He should have been sitting in a recliner with a beer like, I knew you come, Randy. How about that basketball game? Anyway, and then like, why is it now said this on Twitter? Why wasn't John Cena in this room? If you were really gonna play the psychic Randy Orton, John Cena should have been there. I know he's trolling or just joking. You should have just had John Cena there as an illusion or whatever. I'll always be better than you, Randy. You're living in my shadow. Okay, that would be kind of scary to Randy Orton. You could have had somebody that Randy Orton punt kicked a long time ago. You ended my career. Now look at me. Oh, son, just there was nothing that played or that would twist Randy Orton's psyche, right? Why? And then, okay, fast forward. Bray Wyatt enters the arena. Oh, domestic violence. Bray Wyatt enters the arena from the limo, still hobbling, stumbling, even leans on like a box or whatever. He goes to the ring, and like his music plays, and he has the lantern. Like, hey, Bray, we know you've been through a lot. How's a horror match? Okay, you just had a long drive. You probably hurt, but motherfucker, you forget this lantern and this product placement. Don't do this. Don't you walk out that curtain without this motherfucking lantern. So Bray Wyatt walks out with the lantern, gets to the ring, lights go out. Randy is right behind him, and the first thought, if this wasn't the first thought that popped into your mind, you just fall for anything. Bullshit. Randy, how in the fuck did you get there? Presumably before Bray Wyatt, because you had to either be under the ring or you ran a mad dash through the crowd, knocking over children, popcorn, and presumably grabbing huge breasts. Check the Instagram photo where Randy Orton was checking out Chad Big. Anyway, so at this point, Bray Wyatt had to be thinking this in his mind. I need to go to Impact Wrestling. This is some fuck shit, man. God damn. Randy Orton goes on a tirade, starts beating up Bray Wyatt. Out come the Bollywood boys, who get immediately their asses kicked. And then Jinder Mahal attacks Randy Orton from behind with the title, which leads to Bray Wyatt hitting Sister Abigail. Another assisted pointless victory from the beater of worlds. So he wins. Is he going to be given like access to, like, is I gonna make it a 3-way right now between Bray, Jinder, and Orton for the title, or was this just like, hey, you beat the #1 contender for the W title, the champion for the W title, but you're not #1 contender? Fuck you. Is that it? Jinder Mahal though. Okay. Then you get pretty good match. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins has those D-Rose knees because it seems like every match they fucking go out since he become a babyface. It's just like, oh my God, Seth Rollins. He just stepped into the ring and there went his knees. He went for a drop. Oh, there went his knees. Samoa Joe trying to lock an ankle. Oh, there went his knees. Okay. And with all the damage Samoa Joe did to Rollins' knee, Rollins still wins by countering the Coquina clutch into a fireman's carry / pin, shocking Samoa Joe with the facial expression that I can only describe as faultless company. Okay. Then you get the main event, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. I'll do this match of the night. Like, I know a lot of people get Roman Reigns shit, even me. John Cena 2.0, Samoan John Cena. I give him this credit. He came to the ring selling his injuries from, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's dedication. And he put on some good moves in this match. That Samoan drop, even though we've seen it a couple times. Regarding, when you put into place the injuries, and the amount of punishment he had taken in the match already, that's pretty impressive. And then in the end, Roman Reigns hits a spear. Braun kicks out of it, turns that into a Samuel Shaw shoulder and neck chokeout into a power slam. Roman Reigns kicks out, and as soon as he kicked out, I was like, are they going to fuck it up? Are they going to fuck it up? They didn't. Braun Strowman, his fair expression, perfect. He was like, man, I respect this guy, but I fucking hate this guy. Picks him up for another slam, pins him 1, 2, 3, and then he hits him with the steel steps and he drops him onto the steel steps first. Then he slams him down to his chest, and Roman Reigns just he's hurt, bleeding from the mouth. He doesn't want EMTs to carry him out. And it's just okay. This is good. This is building up sympathy for the guy, but it also makes Roman Reigns look like a tough guy. Okay, this is good. This is how you build character. This is how you get people on Roman Reigns' side. You have a monster that attacks any and everybody. You have the hero who got his ass kicked, so you can say that for another day, where Roman can avenge himself on another time. But since it's WWE and they fuck shit up, they end the pay-per-view, but then they also show where Roman is getting into an EMT, and Braun Strowman, like a Acme cartoon character, runs into the ambulance. I'm not through with you yet. Bing, bing, runs into a door, ambulance door, and then into boxes, and then Roman Reigns, bloody mouth, injured chest, injured shoulder, starts beating up Braun Strowman with a fucking ambulance door. What in the... Okay. Anyway, just another pay-per-view that passes before a Big 4 pay-per-view. Tell me your thoughts. I'm going to finish this tea real quick. Anyway, comment section. Not a bad pay-per-view, but certainly nothing memorable. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.